The people you choose to surround yourself with have an immense impact on your future. Whether you realize it or not, your circle influences your thoughts, decisions, and ultimately the direction of your life. It's not just about who you call friends or family, it's about the energy, attitudes, and values they bring into your space. Your circle either pushes you forward or holds you back. It's that simple. Every conversation, every piece of advice, and even the silent presence of those in your life plays a role in shaping how you think. If you're constantly around negativity, doubt, or complacency, it will seep into your mindset. You might not notice it immediately, but over time, it starts to affect your confidence and your drive. You begin to internalize the limits they see for themselves as limits for you too. It's subtle, but it's powerful. That's why your circle matters. It's either planting seeds of greatness or weeds of mediocrity. Your dreams and goals are precious and they need to be nurtured. Think of them like a flame. If your circle isn't fanning that flame, then they're either ignoring it or extinguishing it. The people around you should believe in you and push you to be better. They should challenge you to step outside your comfort zone and hold you accountable when you're not living up to your potential. If they're not doing that, then they're not contributing to your growth, and that's a problem. Take a moment to reflect on the people in your life. Are they inspiring you? Are they encouraging you to chase your dreams? Or are they constantly pulling you back to their level? If your circle is full of people who are content with mediocrity, it's going to be harder for you to reach for excellence. Not because you're not capable, but because the energy around you isn't pushing you higher. On the other hand, when you're surrounded by people who are ambitious, disciplined, and focused, something incredible happens. Their energy becomes contagious. You start to adopt their habits and their mindset. You start to believe that greatness is possible because you see it in them. They inspire you to dream bigger, work harder, and keep going even when it's tough. Their belief in themselves fuels your belief in yourself. That's the power of a strong circle. Your circle doesn't have to be large. In fact, quality matters far more than quantity. A small group of motivated, like-minded individuals can have a far greater impact on your growth than a large group of acquaintances who don't share your vision. It's about depth, not breadth. The people closest to you should be the ones who uplift you, challenge you, and celebrate your wins without jealousy or hidden agendas. Sometimes, auditing your circle means making tough decisions. It might mean spending less time with people who drain your energy or letting go of relationships that no longer serve your growth. This doesn't mean you have to cut people off completely, but it does mean being intentional about how much access they have to you. Protecting your energy isn't selfish, it's necessary for your success. If you want to climb higher, you can't carry unnecessary weight. It's also important to recognize that your circle isn't just about the people you know personally. It's also about the voices you allow into your life through books, podcasts, social media, and other forms of influence. If you're consuming content that feeds your mind with doubt, fear, or distractions, that's part of your circle too. Be mindful of what you're allowing into your space because it's all shaping your mindset and your future. Building the right circle takes effort and intention. It requires you to actively seek out people who align with your values and aspirations. Look for individuals who are where you want to be or who are on the same journey as you. Surround yourself with people who inspire you to grow, who challenge you to think bigger, and who remind you of what's possible. These are the people who will push you toward your greatness. Remember, your circle isn't just about what you can get, it's also about what you give. Be the kind of person who lifts others up, who believes in their potential, and who encourages them to chase their dreams. When you bring that energy to your relationships, you attract the same in return. It's a two-way street, and the more value you add to others, the more value they'll bring to your life. Your future depends on the choices you make today. And one of the most important choices is who you allow into your circle. It's not about judgment, it's about alignment. Are the people around you helping you become the person you're meant to be, or are they keeping you where you are? Be honest with yourself, and don't be afraid to make changes if you need to. Your goals, your dreams, and your potential are too important to be compromised by the wrong influences. At the end of the day, your circle is your foundation. It either supports you as you climb higher or crumbles under pressure. Choose wisely, because the people you surround yourself with are shaping your future even when you're not aware of it. Stay intentional, stay focused, and make sure your circle is one that lifts you up, not holds you down. Not everyone in your life is meant to stay forever. This truth is often hard to accept, especially when emotions and memories are tied to the relationships we've built over time. But if you're serious about growth, about chasing your dreams, and about becoming the person you're destined to be, you need to understand that some people are only meant to be in your life for a season, and that's okay. Growth requires change, and not everyone is built to go where you're going. The reality is, people grow at different rates and in different directions. Sometimes the people who are perfect for one chapter of your life don't align with the next. Think about where you were 5 or 10 years ago. Your goals, your mindset, and your priorities might have been completely different. The people who supported you back then might not understand or resonate with where you're headed now. That's not a bad thing, it's just part of life. But holding on to relationships that no longer serve your growth out of guilt, fear, or comfort can hold you back. Growth is inherently uncomfortable. It forces you to step out of the familiar and embrace change. And sometimes that means reevaluating the relationships in your life. When you start to level up, not everyone will cheer you on. Some people might feel threatened by your growth because it reminds them of their own stagnation. They may try to pull you back. Not because they're bad people, but because they're afraid of being left behind. It's not your job to carry their fear. Your job is to honor your journey and move forward, even if it means letting go of certain relationships. Letting go doesn't mean you stop caring about people. It doesn't mean you erase the memories or forget the lessons you've learned from them. It simply means acknowledging that their role in your life has shifted. Some people are there to teach you something, to support you through a specific season, or to be a companion for a moment in time. But when their energy no longer aligns with your direction, it's okay to part ways. It doesn't make them or you any less valuable, it just means your paths are diverging. One of the hardest things to accept is that not everyone can see your vision. Your dreams and goals might seem too big, too bold, or too unrealistic to some people. They may unintentionally project their limitations onto you, telling you to be realistic or settle for what you have. While they might mean well, their advice comes from a place of their own fear and doubt, not your potential. If you allow their words to shape your actions, you risk shrinking your dreams to fit their expectations. That's why it's crucial to surround yourself with people who not only see your vision, but also encourage you to pursue it relentlessly. It's also important to recognize the difference between loyalty and obligation. Loyalty is built on mutual respect, support, and shared values. Obligation, on the other hand, often comes from a sense of guilt or fear of hurting someone's feelings. If you're maintaining relationships out of obligation rather than genuine connection, you're not being fair to yourself or the other person. True loyalty doesn't require you to compromise your growth or your goals. It allows both parties to evolve and support each other along the way. Making the decision to let go of certain relationships can be painful, but it's necessary for your growth. I think of it like pruning a tree. To grow strong and healthy, the tree needs to shed its dead branches. Those branches may have once been vital, providing support and shade, but now they're holding the tree back from reaching its full potential. By letting them go, the tree can focus its energy on new growth. The same principle applies to your relationships. As you let go of relationships that no longer serve you, you create space for new connections that align with your vision and values. These new relationships can inspire you, challenge you, and push you to become the best version of yourself. But you can't welcome those connections if you're holding on to the past. Growth requires space, and sometimes that means clearing out what no longer fits. It's important to approach this process with compassion and grace. Letting go doesn't have to be dramatic or confrontational. It's not about blaming or resenting the other person. It's about honoring both your journey and theirs. Thank them for the role they've played in your life. Appreciate the lessons they've taught you, and move forward with an open heart. Growth isn't about burning bridges, it's about building a path that aligns with your purpose. At the end of the day, your journey is yours alone. Not everyone is meant to walk it with you, and that's okay. The people who are truly meant to be in your life will support your growth, even if it means you're moving in a different direction. And the people who aren't meant to stay will make room for those who are. Trust the process, honor your journey, and remember that every step forward is a step toward becoming the person you're meant to be. Your environment shapes your energy, your mindset, and your actions. It's not just about where you live or work, it's about the atmosphere you allow yourself to exist in daily. If your environment isn't pushing you toward growth, it's likely holding you back. A toxic or unmotivated environment can drain your potential and keep you from becoming the person you were meant to be. That's why curating your environment with intention is one of the most important steps you can take on your journey to success. Take a moment to think about the spaces you spend the most time in. Is your environment inspiring you? Is it filled with energy that pushes you forward? Or does it keep you stagnant, weighed down by distractions or negativity? These are questions you need to ask because your environment plays a direct role in your progress. If you're constantly surrounded by chaos, drama, or people who doubt your dreams, it becomes harder to stay focused on your goals. Your environment should work for you, not against you. One of the most overlooked aspects of your environment is the people you surround yourself with. Who are the voices you hear the most? Are they encouraging and motivating you to aim higher? Or are they sowing seeds of doubt and discouragement? The people in your life are part of your environment, and their energy has a significant impact on you. If someone consistently drains your energy or diminishes your ambitions, it's time to reevaluate their role in your life. You can love someone from a distance and still protect your space. Your peace, focus, and goals are worth it. But it's not just about avoiding negativity, it's also about actively seeking positivity. Surround yourself with people who are striving for excellence, who challenge you to be better, and who celebrate your wins without jealousy. These are the people who will hold you accountable, push you when you attempt to give up, and remind you of your worth when self-doubt creeps in. If you don't have these people in your life yet, seek them out. Join communities, network with like-minded individuals, and put yourself in spaces where growth is celebrated. The right environment starts with the right people. Your physical space matters too. Clutter, disorganization, or a lack of intentionality can impact your focus and productivity. A clean, organized, and purpose-driven space can make a world of difference in how you feel and perform. That's about your workspace, your home, or even your car. Are these spaces helping you stay focused and energized, or are they filled with distractions and chaos? Sometimes a simple decluttering session or a few intentional changes can completely shift the energy of a space. Technology is another part of your environment that needs attention. Social media, TV, and other forms of media can either uplift you or distract you from your goals. What are you consuming daily? Is it inspiring you, teaching you, or pushing you toward your vision? Or is it filling your mind with negativity, comparison, or mindless distractions? Be intentional about what you allow into your mental space. Follow people who inspire you, consume content that educates you, and minimize time spent on things that don't align with your goals. Your habits are also part of your environment. What routines do you have in place that set the tone for your day? Do you start your mornings with intention? Or do you rush into the day without a plan? Your daily habits create the environment for your mindset and productivity. Simple actions like setting goals for the day, practicing gratitude, or dedicating time to personal growth can create an internal environment that supports your success regardless of external circumstances. Building the right environment isn't always easy. Sometimes it means making hard choices like stepping back from certain people or saying no to activities that don't align with your vision. But every step you take to create a supportive environment brings you closer to your goals. It's about creating a space where you can thrive, where your dreams are nurtured, and where you're reminded of your potential every single day. Don't underestimate the power of your environment. It's the soil in which you plant your dreams. If the soil is toxic, the growth will be stunted. But when the soil is rich and supportive, growth becomes inevitable. You have the power to choose your environment, to shape it in a way that supports your journey. Whether it's the people you allow in your life, the spaces you spend time in, or the habits you cultivate, every choice matters. Your environment should be a reflection of the life you're building, not the life you're leaving behind. Let it inspire you, challenge you, and push you to reach new heights. When you curate your environment with intention, you set yourself up for success. It's not just about where you are, it's about who you're becoming. Create an environment that aligns with that vision and watch how your energy, focus, and progress transform. Self-awareness is the foundation of growth and success. Without understanding who you are, what drives you, and where your weaknesses lie, it's impossible to make meaningful progress. Knowing yourself deeply is not just a suggestion, it's a requirement if you want to elevate your life. When you become intentional about your self-awareness, you unlock the ability to make better decisions, improve your habits, and align your actions with your ultimate goals. Self-awareness begins with honesty. It requires you to take a step back and evaluate yourself without excuses or filters. This isn't about being overly critical or tearing yourself down. It's about being real with yourself. Are you truly putting in the effort you say you are? Are your habits aligned with your goals, or are you sabotaging your progress with distractions? It's not always easy to face these questions, but the answers hold the key to your transformation. Taking stock of your strengths and weaknesses is one of the most important steps in building self-awareness. What are you naturally good at? What comes easily to you? And how can you use those skills to your advantage? On the flip side, where are your blind spots? What habits, tendencies, or thought patterns are holding you back? Acknowledging your weaknesses doesn't mean you're admitting defeat. It means you're identifying areas where you can grow. Self-awareness allows you to stop wasting time on things that don't align with your strengths and focus on what truly matters. Another critical aspect of self-awareness is understanding your triggers and emotions. How do you react under pressure? What happens when you face setbacks or criticism? Do you retreat, lash out, or let self-doubt take over? Being aware of these patterns helps you take control of your responses instead of letting your emotions dictate your actions. The more you understand your emotional tendencies, the better equipped you'll be to navigate challenges with clarity and resilience. Your habits also reveal a lot about your level of self-awareness. What does your daily routine look like? Are you spending your time intentionally, or are you letting distractions take over? Every habit you have is either a stepping stone toward your goals or a roadblock keeping you from reaching them. Take inventory of your routines and identify what's helping you versus what's holding you back. Self-awareness empowers you to make adjustments and create habits that serve your growth. Feedback is another powerful tool for developing self-awareness. Sometimes we're too close to our own lives to see what's really going on. Seeking feedback from trusted people, mentors, friends, or colleagues can provide insights you might not have noticed. But feedback only works if you're open to it. Instead of getting defensive, use it as an opportunity to learn and grow. People who truly care about you won't criticize you to tear you down. They'll point out areas for improvement to help you become better. Self-awareness also means understanding your values and what truly matters to you, what drives you, what motivates you to get up every day and keep going. You know your why. It becomes much easier to stay focused and resist distractions. Your values act as a compass, guiding your decisions and keeping you aligned with your goals. Without that clarity, it's easy to drift, chasing things that don't fulfill you or align with your purpose. Building self-awareness takes time and consistent effort. It's not something you achieve once and then forget about. Life is constantly changing, and so are you. Regular self-reflection helps you stay in tune with yourself and adjust as needed. Whether it's journaling, meditating, or simply taking quiet moments to think, make self-reflection a habit. Use it to check in with yourself, celebrate your progress, and identify areas where you can improve. One of the greatest benefits of self-awareness is that it gives you the power to take full ownership of your life. When you truly know yourself, you stop blaming external circumstances for your setbacks. You recognize that you have the ability to change, grow, and overcome challenges. Self-awareness puts the responsibility back in your hands, which is empowering. It reminds you that you're in control of your journey. Self-awareness doesn't mean you'll have all the answers or that you'll never make mistakes. It simply means you're willing to learn, adapt, and keep moving forward. It's about being intentional with your actions and making decisions that align with who you are and where you want to go. The more self-aware you become, the more you'll see how much potential you have. You'll stop limiting yourself and start taking bold steps toward your goals because you'll know exactly what you're capable of. When you embrace self-awareness, you become unstoppable. You're no longer held back by uncertainty or fear because you know who you are and what you stand for. You move through life with purpose and confidence, making decisions that support your growth. Self-awareness isn't just a skill, it's a superpower. It's the key to unlocking your full potential and living a life that's aligned with your dreams. Your energy is one of the most valuable resources you possess. It fuels your focus, your drive, and your ability to push forward even when things get tough. But like any resource, it's finite. If you don't protect it, it can be drained by the wrong influences, leaving you feeling depleted and unable to give your best to what truly matters. That's why protecting your energy is not just important, it's essential. Every person you interact with, every conversation you have, and every environment you place yourself in either adds to your energy or takes away from it. Some people bring positivity, encouragement, and motivation into your life. They lift you up, challenge you to be better, and remind you of your potential. These are the people who recharge your energy and keep you moving toward your goals. On the other hand, there are people who bring negativity, doubt, or drama into your space. They drain your energy, distract you from your focus, and make it harder for you to stay on track. The problem is energy vampires don't always announce themselves. Sometimes they come in the form of a well-meaning friend who constantly complains, a family member who doubts your dreams, or a colleague who thrives on gossip. These influences might seem harmless in small doses, but over time, they can take a significant toll on your mindset and motivation. If you're not careful, they can pull you into their world of negativity, keeping you stuck when you should be moving forward. Protecting your energy means being intentional about who and what you allow into your space. It starts with awareness. Pay attention to how you feel after spending time with certain people or engaging in certain activities. Do you leave feeling uplifted and inspired, or do you feel drained and discouraged? Your feelings are a powerful indicator of whether something is adding to or taking away from your energy. Listen to them and let them guide your decisions. This doesn't mean you have to cut people off or avoid difficult situations altogether. Life is complex, and sometimes you can't control who you interact with or circumstances you find yourself in, but you can control how you respond and how much energy you give to those situations. If someone is consistently negative or unsupportive, set boundaries. Limit your interactions with them or redirect conversations toward more positive topics. If a certain environment is draining you, find ways to minimize your exposure or create a plan to remove yourself from it altogether. Protecting your energy also means being mindful of your internal dialogue. Sometimes the biggest drain on your energy isn't external. It's the negative thoughts and self-doubt that creep into your mind. When you allow those thoughts to take over, they can sap your motivation and make you question your abilities. Combat this by filling your mind with positivity. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, consume content that inspires you, and practice affirmations that reinforce your worth and potential. The more you cultivate a positive internal environment, the more resilient you'll be to external negativity. Another key to protecting your energy is managing your time wisely. Energy and time are closely connected, and how you spend one affects the other. If you're constantly saying yes to things that don't align with your goals, you're spreading yourself too thin and wasting energy on things that don't matter. Learn to prioritize. Focus on the tasks, relationships, and activities that bring you closer to your vision. And don't be afraid to say no to anything that doesn't serve your purpose. Rest is another critical component of protecting your energy. You can't pour from an empty cup. And if you're constantly running on empty, you're not giving your best to yourself or anyone else. Make time for self-care, whether that's getting enough sleep, exercising, meditating, or simply doing something you enjoy. Taking care of your physical and mental well-being isn't selfish, it's necessary for sustaining the energy you need to achieve your goals. Remember, protecting your energy isn't about being selfish or shutting people out. It's about recognizing your worth and valuing your time, focus, and potential. When you protect your energy, you're not just taking care of yourself, you're also ensuring that you can show up fully for the people and things that matter most to you. You're creating a foundation of strength and resilience that allows you to face challenges, overcome obstacles, and keep moving forward. Don't underestimate the power of your energy. It's the driving force behind everything you do, and it deserves to be treated with care. Be intentional about where you direct it, who you share it with, and what you use it for. When you make protecting your energy a priority, you'll find that you have more focus, more drive, and more clarity to pursue your dreams. And that's when you'll start to see the results you've been working so hard for. Sometimes the hardest truth to face is that you can't fix or change everyone. There are people in your life who might struggle, resist growth, or refuse to see the potential in themselves. You may want to help them, to pull them up, or to show them a better way. But no matter how much you want it for them, they have to want it for themselves. Their growth is not your responsibility, and trying to take it on can end up dragging you down. It's natural to care about the people you love. When you see someone with potential stuck in their ways or making choices that limit their growth, it can be frustrating. You want to shake them and say, "Can't you see what you're capable of?" But the reality is, they might not be ready to see it. Growth requires a decision, a desire to change, and a willingness to put in the work. If someone isn't ready, no amount of pushing, convincing, or guiding will make it happen. The danger comes when you let their resistance to growth affect you. When you pour your energy into trying to fix someone who doesn't want to be fixed, you risk depleting your own reserves. You might find yourself frustrated, exhausted, or even questioning your own path because you're so focused on someone else's journey. This is why it's essential to recognize your limits and protect your own growth. You can love and support others, but you can't carry them. It's important to understand the difference between supporting someone and enabling them. Support means being there when they need guidance or encouragement. It means offering a helping hand when they're ready to take the next step. But enabling is when you take on their responsibilities, shield them from consequences, or try to solve their problems for them. Enabling keeps people stuck because it allows them to avoid the discomfort of growth. Real support requires boundaries. It says, "I believe in you, but you have to do the work." Letting go of the need to fix others doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you respect their journey, even if it's different from yours. Everyone grows at their own pace and at their own pace, and sometimes that pace doesn't align with yours. That's okay. It's not a reflection of your value or your efforts. It's a reflection of where they are in their journey. Letting go means giving them the space to grow on their terms while staying focused on your own path. This doesn't mean you abandon people who are struggling. It means you learn to love them where they are without sacrificing yourself in the process. Be a source of inspiration, not a crutch. Show them what's possible by living your truth and pursuing your goals. Sometimes the best way to help someone is to lead by example. When they see you thriving, pushing through challenges and achieving your dreams, it can ignite something in them. But that spark has to come from within. They have to decide on it. Recognizing that you can't fix everyone also frees you from unnecessary guilt. It's easy to blame yourself when someone you care about isn't growing or succeeding. You might think, if only I had done more, or maybe I'm not enough for them. But their choices are not a reflection of your worth. They are responsible for their own lives, just as you are responsible for yours. Let go of the guilt and focus on what you can control, your own growth and actions. Learning to let go also creates space for you to attract people who align with your energy and values. When you stop trying to carry those who resist growth, you free up your energy to connect with those who are ready to grow with you. These are the people who will challenge you, inspire you, and support your journey without holding you back. Surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals creates an environment where growth is not only possible, but inevitable. It's also worth noting that letting go doesn't have to be permanent. Sometimes people need time and space to find their way. Letting go might mean stepping back temporarily, allowing them to face their challenges and grow on their own. And if they come back ready to grow and align with your path, you can reconnect in a way that serves both of you. Letting go isn't about closing the door, it's about leaving it open for when the time is right. Ultimately, you can't control anyone else's journey. You can love, support, and encourage, but you can't do the work for them. Their growth is their responsibility, just as your growth is yours. By recognizing this, you free yourself to focus on what you can control, your own actions, mindset, and goals. And when you prioritize your growth, you become a beacon of light for others, showing them what's possible and inspiring them to take their own journey when they're ready. Focus on your path and trust that those meant to walk with you will find their way.